Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes, a program that has been built on flash, excitement, swagger, even once a goal turnover chain. But the fundamentals of this program, substance. We'll have plenty of substance and swagger from the Canes today. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Smith dropping to pass. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. They really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on.
Trying to get behind the defense. Snags it down the right side. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
The O-line gets an attaboy for that play. How about the time they gave their quarterback? Beautiful pocket. They allowed him to survey the field, find his open guy. This offensive line, they are gelling early.
Motion from the offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires the pass. Intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, we knew coming into this one, this was an offense that wanted to come out, sling it around, but the timing is going to have to be a whole lot better. This defense has athletes who can close on the ball and make plays, and you saw it right there in that interception to open this game.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. RPO complete to open the drive. At the 35, he's open. Can anyone catch him? Touchdown, Bama! A great catch and run for 6. Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistake.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Nifty run there, pickup of 6 out to the 25. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
The Hurricanes decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He's got great speed. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
They've got him spread out on 2nd and 7. 2 wide out to either side. The give to the back. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown Tide.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
The returner will field it and bring it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Comes out throwing on first down. It's caught downfield. Oh, look out. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Hurricanes. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And, David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Throws for the tight end. It's complete. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Every good quarterback is first a game manager. At Alabama, that used to be sort of a label of derision, but now they're not only that, they're playmakers.
Yeah, and it's what they used to ask them to do. Like they were very comfortable handing the ball off, running the ball, controlling the clock, trying to keep your defense fresh. Nah, bro. If you can't score points now, if you can't get first downs and go get me touchdowns, you're not going to be on the field.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Coming after him. Extending the play. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, running up the middle.
And that pass is intercepted. Taking it the other way. The 20. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Miami. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone. Your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Quarterback keeper. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Caves. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. And off to Jones. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Just feeds the running back. Alabama will get the first down.
Really nice run there. No, listen, you know, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but, man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfect.
They've put themselves in a hole to start. It's 1st and 20. Looking to throw, it's Webb. Looking left. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop. And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at 2nd down.
just a pass. Finds his man. It's Jones. They get him down after he makes the catch.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires deep on the run. He's got it down the right side. And he's running in the open. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Nothing but green ahead. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he's so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
They're trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Escapes trouble. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there. Understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
He now has 79 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Back to throw, it's Webb. Quarterback strolling away from heat. When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the first down with your feet can be.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Second down coming up. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. He's got his man. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And it's no good. He missed it. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This has been a track meet running up and down the field so far, Jesse.
It's amazing for this offense, right? Score a touchdown, go try to get a rest on the sideline. It feels like you blink and you're right back on the field having to go score another one, David. It just feels like it's going to be that kind of game.
Well, so which defense can kind of change their identity a little bit, get more aggressive? You're giving up yards and touchdowns anyways. Who can get aggressive and maybe create a turnover?
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Smith wants to throw. He's got him this time. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give him a first down. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Pocket starts to collapse. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
Got a man in the middle. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Now, this is a receiving group that practices making catches in traffic, and they're used to having guys trying to rip it free. He's got to do a better job of keeping 5 points of pressure. After he makes the catch, that's a costly giveaway.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Finds his tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The hurry up now. 2nd down. Clock ticking. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. The short hands, it's Jones. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Alabama quickly back to the line. Trying to find his man on first down. Trying to get to it. Makes the grab on the left. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Canes will kick it away to crank up the second half. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it at the 20. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Explosive plays are great, but you got to finish the deal. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Pressure coming. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there, forced the TFL.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
On those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Looking down the middle. He makes a grab. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with 1st and goal because of great 3rd down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field and everything's...
Touchdown, Alabama! They take the lead with the 6.
Well, I think sometimes on 1st and goal like that, you're just trying to get up to the line of scrimmage early. You're trying to catch the defense off guard. So you go quarterback sneak, you find the crease, you plow forward, and it worked. They score a touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. He gets a block. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt, you cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better job connecting the dots.
You get a guy who can do that on the outside, and is sort of in the DNA of Miami's program.
Yeah, just speed. Those are guys that put fear in you. Those are the track stars. The Sunshine State produces so many of them. Those guys can absolutely fly.
He's brought down solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on 1st down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
And the Canes are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
And most importantly, they got the first. They've been getting pushed around on the front of this game and haven't created a lot of lanes to run the football, but you needed it. You needed that first down. You needed to get the sticks moving. You need to run some clock. So good job by the offense finding a little bit of space to get the first down.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
A first down run on the doorstep. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it, put his foot in the ground, and that was paydirt.
And the extra point is good. A 4-point game at 35-31. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
And the defense is doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out in the open field, and it's enough to get you a first down.
Well, look what's happening now. Old Uncle Mo has hit the transfer portal and is changing sidelines. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Got his man. Tackled after picking up the first down. This guy is special, and Alabama's had a lot of them. Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, who could make a huge play at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, big plays down the field. You get it to him, you know it could be a home run anytime he touches it. When you start mentioning those names, it just shows you the explosive nature. Everybody you mentioned, you know they can run right by you and hit those home runs, and so far, he's making some big plays in this ballgame.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Scanning the field, it's Webb. Firing to the right, complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. It picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Quickly complete. On the move at the 30. He's loose. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Miami 35.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. but they move out front here in the fourth.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5.
Returner is brought down at the 18. And your Miami Hurricanes will take over 1st and 10.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Smith dropping to pass. He wants to take the top off. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. He wants to throw. Getting some heat. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And the Canes get it past the sticks.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
And the Hurricanes are flying down the field. Going up top on 1st down. Using the quick game. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. The quarterback took the steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Smith wants to throw. Swings it out to the flat. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Canes! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Single back formation, and they give it to him. He's up to 107 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Leaves it with the running back. At the 45 on his way. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team. If they're having this much success on the ground, it starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Touch pass on the run. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Now on the move. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To the air, it's Webb. Zings it complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. Touchdown tie! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Clemson was able to finish off a close one in Death Valley today. They did just enough, both offensively and defensively, to come away with the dub. Hey, survive and advance. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Makes the grab. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Shoots it to the left. And that ball is picked off. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you've got to score, you've got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost them.
Here comes that Alabama offense. 3-point lead, put together a great drive here, Jesse. You can turn it into a 2-possession game.
Let's do that. Let's get a touchdown on the board. Let's find out where our playmakers have the best matchups. Let's exploit those, David.
And it would put our defense in such a great position. 4th quarter, 2-possession lead. It makes it easy to play defense.
Alabama trying to hold this lead and run out the clock. Pass the sticks, and he may get more.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the 4th quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments.